Race 1 for the Mortal FIM Superbike World Championship would be an unforgettable affair. Fans hid from the pre-race rain, and that just livened up the drama. Jonathan Ray got a great start from pole position and led down into turn 1. Sam Lowes was on the charge, but there was no stopping debutant Nicholas Spinelli, the only rider to go with an all-intermediate tyre choice for the race, and it paid off as he moved into the lead on the opening lap as others ran wide on the wet patches, and from there he was nowhere to be seen. Behind it was all bunching up. Locatelli was on the charge. He had a front intermediate but a rear slick tyre on, and in the early stages it paid off. Ian One went down at turn 3 in the first few laps, ending his podium charge. Axel Bassani was on the move as he looked to get a great result for Kawasaki, as was Alvaro Bautista from 7th on the grid. Lowes ran a bit wide, Razgat Lioglu went through, but out in front, Nicholas Spinelli on his World Superbike debut opened up a 25-second lead over his rivals thanks to his tyre choice. He and the team could barely believe what was happening in the first quarter of race 1 at Assen. However, the track was drying and his rivals were closing the gap. Razgat Lioglu on the move as he overtook Bassani into the final chicane, although the number 54 found himself running a little bit wide at turn 1, dropping a couple of places, including Bautista passing him as the Turk ran wide. It didn't deter him though, he lost ground to Lowes first of all, but soon rebounded, passing him into the final chicane and setting his sights on Bautista ahead. He closed the gap massively and overtook him at the perfect time to take second place, his favourite spot, the chicane, before the red flags came out. Andrea Locatelli's bike having a technical issue, oil on the track, and the red flags came out just in time if you're Nicholas Spinelli and the Barni Ducati team. He was only 2 seconds ahead and had a massive pace difference to the guys behind, but the red flag meant he could celebrate a debut win. It's only the 3rd time in history that 2 debutants have won in the same season. History made for Spinelli, and it was Barni Ducati's first win in World Superbike, and you bet they celebrated it. It was a joyous moment for the Italian rider and the Italian team as the anthem played out. Spinelli, a shock winner in race 1 at Assen ahead of Razgat Lioglu and Bautista. Gardner equalled his best of World Superbike with 4th ahead of Alex Lowes and Jonathan Ray. Scott Redding secured a first top 10 of the year with 8th place. Just outside the top 10 was Nicolo Budiger, who saw his championship lead cut to just 1 point. Andrea Locatelli was classified in 12th despite his technical problem, with Dominic Agter, Tara McKenzie and Bradley Ray completing the point scorers in race 1. With the race in the history books, it's time to hear from winner Nicholas Spinelli.
It's very incredible because in my first race I win in front of Toprak Bautista, the name of the legend. It's incredible for this, but it's incredible also because I tried for the first time the Superbike yesterday. When I try, I say, wow, it's incredible, this bike is very stronger. But I do step by step, I go well session for session. My feeling is very good now, but I'm very happy also for the team, for my managing, for Ducati, for all.